All right, hey everybody, Mark Burgess, Big East Bass Fishing here again. Today's video is going to be one that I've been asked by some of my followers on YouTube to talk a little bit more about. So, like the last video, I'm just about ready to get on the water here within a few days. I've already rigged a lot of my tackle, rod, reel, line, baits for the conditions that I believe that I'm going to be fishing. Okay, so first thing in the spring, I know the water's going to be cold. I know the fish are going to be lethargic. I know where I'm fishing. I know what the cover is that I'm going to be fishing. So I get a little bit of an advantage that way. Plus I've been to this particular body of water quite a bit. Expert by no means. I mean, I've done well on it in the past, but I like to do a lot better. Okay, so my subscriber asked me to elaborate a little bit on the jigs that I use and why I use them, what size do I use, what colors do I use, what trailer do I put on them, what's the tackle that I fish them with. So I'm going to try to go through that as quickly as I can here for you today. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few jigs. There's a million jigs on the market. Okay, casting jigs with light, strong, light wire hook, flipping jigs, heavy yacht, 4 or 5 aught heavy hook. Go all the way up to an ounce and a half. You have football head jigs. You got finesse jigs. There's all the jig heads too, but I'm going to keep this to a traditional skirted jig, okay, which is I throw a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna fish jigs that weigh between 1.25 and 1/2 this time of year. Okay, reason being is I want a lighter bait. I want a slower fall. Okay, I don't need to be fishing 3/4, 1 ounce jigs. And typically I'm only fishing them in really thick, heavy vegetation on big line, 50, 65 pound test, green braid, 7/6 heavy action, flipping stick. Okay, I'm not going to encounter that this weekend. So this weekend I got clear to stained water for the most part. It can be a little dark, mostly rocks. Not a lot of grass, a little bit of grass, but hard bottom for the most part. Like I said, a lot of rock structure, okay? Offshore for the most part. So I'm gonna go with, like I said, 1/4 to 1/2 ounce jig. So 1/4, 3/8, 1/2 is what I'm gonna throw. I have them rigged up in the boat already, okay? Anticipation for this weekend. So the 1/4 ounce, I'm throwing that on a 7-foot medium rod that's 14 pound test. Okay, so the 1/4 ounce jig, again, tungsten. This happens to be a very natural colored jig, green pumpkin, browns, little watermelon, cut some pale blue strands in there, and I have it paired with just a chunk. Okay, this is just a yum craw chunk, if you will, okay, that I can dye the tails. Okay, so 1/4 ounce, I'm matching the 1/4 ounce weight to the rod, which is only 7-foot medium, the lined 14 pound test lined. I'm not fishing deep water, out to maybe 10 feet at max. Going to give me the slow fall I'm looking for. Going to be a natural presentation, not a lot of action, a little bit. This is green pumpkin, and I've dyed the tails a little blue. Okay, so this is if the water's on the clearer side, this is going to be my choice. And again, I'm not overpowering the jig with too heavy a line and rod. Okay, again, 7-foot medium, 14 pound test fluorocarbon. All right, 7-to-1 retrieve reel. All right, so that's option number 1 for me. All right, very finessey. Option 2 is a 1/2 ounce jig of similar design. Okay, natural green pumpkin, watermelon, little black in there, a little light blue in there, just kind of a all-around general natural looking bait. Okay, that's if the water's somewhat cleared or slightly stained. I'll go from that quarter to a 3/8. I think I said half a few seconds ago. So I'm going from a quarter to 3/8 to a half. Okay, why the three different sizes? Same exact jig color skirt, same exact trailer. I love the jig. It gets bit. That's my confidence bait when it's clear water, and the cover I'm fishing around, which is mostly rock. Okay, so I may want to fish something a little bit deeper. The water might be a little bit warmer than what I thought, so I'm going to go up to the 3/8. So now I got like a 7.3 medium heavy rod, same reel, 17-pound test fluoro. Okay, so the 3/8 ounce jig, I've stepped it up the line size, gone from 14 to 17. The rod is now a 7.3 medium heavy. Okay, and it all just kind of balances out. Again, I'm not overpowering the jig. I don't have a rod that's too light for the jig. That's a nice setup. The third is a 7.5 foot flipping stick with a 1/2 ounce jig, same exact jig, but a little fuller skirt, same trailer. All right, 20-pound test fluorocarbon. Now, the jig's still going to fall relatively slow, even though it's 1/2 ounce, because of the 20-pound fluorocarbon. Okay, so that's where I'm fishing around some structure. It could be around docks, it could be around rocks I can see, it could be around wood, what have you. Okay, so same color jig, same trailer, 3 different rods, 3 different line sizes. Okay, I hope that helps you. The flipping stick does have a 10-to-1 retrieve reel, so I can, when I'm done with the presentation, I get the jig back real quick and make another presentation. The other jig is going to be black blue. Okay, black blue. If the water is off color and it's stained muddy and it's sunny, which I think it's going to be, same exact scenario, same sizes, quarter, 3/8, half. Okay, now though, I'm pairing it up with, let me show you, a little chunk, just a little zoom chunk. I like to rig this with basically the fat side down. I thread it on the hook. All right, so it's like that. Some people thread it right through the nose, and that's a longer, bigger profile. That's great if you want that. I like it more compact. Okay, little to no action. These are back there going like that a little bit, but not much. Okay, compact. So black and blue jig, blue trail with not a lot of action. All right, I can also do the same thing, similar craw chunk that I had on the natural jig, only this one here is like a purpley blue hue. I like this color a lot. A little bit different than the jig, and of course I have the regular black blue trailer that I can pair with it as well. Okay, quarter, 3/8, half. Now that's when the water's cold. Okay, here's the 1/2 ounce jig. Again, a little bit deeper, a little bit thicker cover. There's the 1/2 ounce black blue. So different trailers as the water starts to warm up. Missile bait, D-bomb. This is basically green pumpkin and blue. This is mostly blue. It's a little bit smaller. I got a zoom speed craw. Again, if I'm swimming it, we're talking water's in the 60s, 70s, 80s. I want a lot of action. That speed craw gives it to me. Again, Okeechobee craw. Another bait I like to throw, twin tail grub trailer, green pumpkin, and I'll definitely dye these tails either orange or blue depending on the cover and depending on water clarity and what bait is in the area. More different craws. Again, if I think they're on the craw, now the bait, this is a bait I use a lot. I flip this bait a lot. and I'll cut down the ones that I use and use them. They eat the living you know what out of this. So I'll use these as a jig trailer. Again, when the water's a little bit warmer. The Sixth Sense, I don't know what it's called, maybe a bongo thing or something. This has tremendous action. I like this. I mean, we're talking, late June, July, August. This has a ton of action. It also slows the jig down. So, very, very fond of this. This got to work out in Champlain too. Net bait, craw, these things flail around like nobody's business. Again, green pumpkin, blue. Those are just a few of the trailers that I use on a regular. That's my miscellaneous jig trailer box. So that's it in a nutshell. Trying to keep it short and sweet. I didn't even talk about football head jigs. Okay, and where I'm going is not a bad place to throw one. So I may actually pull out, like a spider grub type of thing on a body on a football head jig. Again, I have quarter, 3/8, half, and more and bigger, up to 3/4 ounce football head jigs. I could end up, if I'm getting hung up on rocks all the time, the football head jig does come through rock cover better than any other jig on the market. So I'll take the same exact color skirt, same trailer, everything, and put it on a little compact football head and fish it. Again, same rod management, system, which is, balance it. Lighter jigs, you get 7-foot medium rod, 12, 14 pound line, 3/8, you're stepping it up to like a 7.3, 7.4, 7.15 to 17 pound fluorocarbon line, and then half ounce. I'm going with the 20 pound fluorocarbon, 7.6 medium heavy, higher speed reel. Okay, so that's the speed version, how I select jigs. And I hope this helps you out. Again, one last point, I've already mentioned it, but natural colors in clear to lightly stained, darker colors in heavy stain to mud, and that's even more so if the sun's out in that dirty water. You definitely want a darker color jig. All right, so I hope that helps you out. Hope I did it justice. If not, please let me know if I missed something, and I'm sure I did, or you have any questions on jigs or jig trailers or the equipment that I fish them on. I love the comments. Keep them coming. And I appreciate you checking out the video, and good luck if you're getting out on the water soon.